Hello again. Hope you all are doing well out there. Looks like I am back in business. Just checking my feed that I'm all good. Okay. Well, today we're back in fiction mode, and I ran across an interesting idea. I was thinking of using a prompt and writing a short piece of fiction to share with you guys, as I have been doing throughout this portion of these classes. And I came up with a very interesting prompt that was very open-ended. And I wanted to sort of take a couple of different shots at it and let you guys pick which one of these stories you would like to continue. So today's one sentence prompt was, as he opened the car door, there was a loud, and then nothing. Okay, so you really get to pick something very cool and different for whatever the loud thing is that you are hearing outside of, that your character is hearing outside of the car door. So that sent me down a rabbit hole, which was kind of fun, in which I wanted, instead of writing a whole story and picking what that loud thing was, I wanted to explore several different options. And so what I would like you guys to do for this fiction class is to pick one of these. I wrote 5 different starts to different stories based on that one prompt. And I want you to pick one of those 5 and keep writing, okay, for our class today. And I'll talk about where I think things could go maybe for each prompt, but also try to leave it open-ended for you guys. Okay, so prompt number 1 is, as he opened the car door, there was a loud bang from another car's muffler. The parking lot was almost empty, so it must have come from the only other vehicle he could see, an old van, ... Okay, so this one, I have selected a loud bang is heard by our main character from another car's muffler. And then I established that we are in a parking lot. So why has our main character traveled to this parking lot would be a great thing to try to answer in your continuation of this story. And then the parking lot is almost empty. And why would that be is another thing you might want to explore. So must have come from the only other vehicle he could see, an old van. What could be going on with an old van with a loud muffler? All sorts of things. Who knows? So is this a scary old van? Is this a friendly old van? Is this an old van that your main character recognizes? Maybe they know the owner of the old van and want to help them out. I don't know. There's all sorts of ways that one could go. But I just want to give you guys several different starts to stories today and then talk about those exact things. All right. So number 2. You guys ready? All right. As he opened the car door, there was a loud pop. The street light above him had just gone out, and all of a sudden, the corner went dim. Okay, so this one I was trying to be a little bit more suspenseful, perhaps, but there is a loud pop in this one instead of a loud bang. There is a street light above a car that has just gone out, and all of a sudden the corner went dim. Now, I was thinking maybe the corner of a street where there would be a street light, one might think, but there's all sorts of different ways you could take. All of a sudden the corner went dim. The corner of what? I will leave that up to you. Maybe it's the corner of a building. Maybe it's the corner of a park. Maybe it's the corner of I don't know. I'm running out of ideas just on the fly, but that is up for you to decide. Should you select that beginning that you would like to then take on down the road and find your own story? Okay, moving on. Number 3. As he opened the car door, there was a loud scream from inside the house. The party must have already started. That one I was trying to set up as might be scary, and then I made it much different. I let the story go in a much friendlier aspect. So in this story, we're establishing that there was a loud scream from inside a home that someone has just parked outside of, that they're opening a car door. And there is some sort of party that's going on that must have already started. Is it a birthday party? Is it a friend's party? Is it a graduation party? I don't know. What kind of party do you want it to be? That could be very interesting. And why is this person outside? Why is this person late to this party? Could be a very interesting thing to try to answer in your story if you continue down that road. Okay, number 4. 4th one out of 5. Okay. I wanted to give you guys options and also just show you that just from that little beginning prompt, these are all starting the same way, but there are so many different avenues that you can explore. So I'm really, really hoping that you guys, this might unlock something for you when you're thinking about the potential of where a story can go. All right. Number 4, here we are. As he opened the car door, there was a loud screech from a hawk flying just overhead. He felt like the wilderness was beckoning him to enter it. Okay. So this one is taking place outdoors. There's a screech from a hawk flying overhead. And then that second part really could take you down a much different path. He felt like the wilderness was beckoning him to enter it. So that means maybe he's not quite in the wilderness yet, but is about to be. That could be an interesting location. Where are we at? Maybe at a trailhead of some sort, or just outside of a large wood or something like that. All sorts of interesting options there. I hope that that might be intriguing to some of you. I realized though that I was kind of getting myself into a box and thinking about a car door and a car typically being around other cars. And then I thought, no, that doesn't have to be the case. And that's where the wilderness idea came from. So maybe those of you who are, missing being outside in the wilderness can write about it a little bit and feel better about what we all love about the wilderness. All right. Last but not least, number 5. Here we go, you guys. As he opened the door, there was a loud radio blaring Aerosmith's Sweet Emotion. It seemed like he had found the right place after all. Okay, so there's the last one. A little bit of a call out to one of my favorite films from when I was young that starts off with this song from Aerosmith, Sweet Emotion. For those of you not familiar with that tune, check it out on YouTube or whatever. But this one, we're establishing that our character is opening a car door and hearing a radio blaring? Is that a radio coming from another car? Is that a radio coming from a boombox? Is that a radio from inside somebody else's home? There are tons and tons of options there. So hopefully you all like that idea and can, take that somewhere. It seemed like he had found the right place after all. That is a very open-ended statement that you could take in all sorts of directions. What is this right place? Why is our character associating this song with the right place? What is the wrong place, perhaps, might be something interesting. Or have there been other places that have been visited prior to this moment that you want to explore in your story? There are almost an infinite number of possibilities that we can all go down when we are writing fiction. And that is where I really want to leave you guys today, is that just because I'm starting a lot of these stories with a prompt, which is, something I'm finding online, a first line of a story, where maybe it doesn't feel like it's all the way yours yet, the moment that you get to start making decisions about where your story is going to lead the reader, is the moment that the story really becomes yours. And so writing is all about making interesting decisions about the world that you are creating on the page. In a lot of ways, it's similar to creating a world on a stage, which I know many of you are familiar with. You have to make a lot of decisions about, what kind of car is this? Says a lot about a character. What is this person wearing? Says a lot about a character on stage. It also does in a story. What is the time of day? What is the mood of your main character? A lot of these prompts leave that very open-ended. So there is a ton of possibility, you guys, to create your own world out there on the page. So I hope that these multiple versions of prompts got some inspiration going for some of you. And I really hope that you can take the ball and run with it. Okay. All right. So that concludes our little fiction setup for today. I hope that you guys, take 5 to 10 minutes to try to flesh out your stories. And see how far you get, and never worry about when you're writing and you kind of get stuck. That doesn't really count as the part of, time. If you're putting yourself on a timer, just let yourself be stuck for a moment and come back to it later when you're feeling a little more in the mood to write something else, or you're feeling a little more inspired. All writers find moments where they get stuck. And I don't want to let that stop you from writing. Just maybe take a moment, get a sip of water or something, stretch your legs for a moment inside your home, and then come back to the page. Sit down. I like to write with like a good cup of coffee or a cold glass of water or something like that. Something about taking those pauses and sipping on a little something is a good rhythm to kind of get into. So I recommend that for you guys too. All right, you guys, we will have some more, another class coming at you guys for poetry this week. So tune in for that. All right.